Good morning, Prairie Dogs, and happy Monday morning. Hopefully everyone is excited and ready for a great week of hard work. We have a lot of minimum days as we have parent-teacher conferences, and we're getting ready to track off. So let's make sure we're working hard. And we want to start with just a big thank you. Hopefully everyone that did come out had a great time last Thursday for our first trunk or treat. Here's some pictures of early on when things were getting set up, but once the party started, we had a ton of families. So again, just want to say thank you to all the staff, the volunteers, parents, our students, everyone that just made this night come together. I think a great time was held by all, and we were very packed the entire night. But again, great time was had by all. So again, thank you for everyone that made this event come to life for us this year and for all of our Pioneer Prairie Dogs. All right, now at this time, we have our friends from Miss McCoy's class that will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance for this week.
I'm Jonathan. I'm Julian.
I'm Mia.
Hats and heads off. Put hands over your heart.
Ready, salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you to our friends from Miss McCoy's class for leading us in our Pledge of Allegiance. All right, and don't forget that this October, our superpower that was brought to us by Miss Mooneyham was all about self-control. Remember, self-control is that power to control your actions, words, and emotions to make careful choices. Using the peace path to solve problems in a calm, safe, and positive way is a great example of self-control. And if you need other examples of self-control, this month, Miss Mooneyham was able to find us 2 videos. One of the videos is what to do when you feel like hitting. And remember, this is all about self-control and what we can do so that we make sure that we're not hitting. And then the other is Mr. Brown and his advice in his video, How Do I Control My Actions? So teachers and parents, if you haven't had a chance for this month's superpower of self-control to watch those videos, they're either linked in your email or linked in the message that goes home through Parent Square. And it's great examples of self-control for all of our prairie dogs. And thank you again for Miss Mooneyham for bringing us our superpowers each month. Now, this week, it is our Family Teacher Conference week, and so we will have minimum days that will begin on Tuesday, and we'll have those minimum days Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week, and we'll have conferences starting on Tuesday, and they'll be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Those start times will be 1:15, and if you haven't already received information from your student's teacher, make sure to reach out to them for the available times that they still have. Remember, this week is our conference week. And like said, with that comes our minimum day schedule. And so we will have minimum days this week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Again, those are for conferences. And then Friday will be a minimum day, and that is our track off day. So again, minimum days this week on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And it is Monday, and Monday it is marvelous to start another great week here at Pioneer. So we're excited to see everybody in their Marvel gear. And our weekly band schedule will remain the same this week, even though we will be on minimum days. And so make sure to bring those instruments on the days that you have band. Now we will have a fire drill. Our fire drill is scheduled for this Monday morning in just a little bit. So at 8:40 today, we'll be having our fire drill. And after that, we'll have our CAASPP pinning. And this will be we'll be pitting our 4th and 5th graders, but we'll have our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade classes with us as we're celebrating our CAASPP pinning. And for our parents, this will be by invitation if you receive the information that your student is being pinned. And we'll be having that at 9 o'clock in the cafeteria. And Wednesday. So Wednesday, after you're done with your parent-teacher conferences, make sure to stop by Chipotle on Campus Parkway and support the 4th grade. Their online code is there, and make sure you let them know that you're coming by for Pioneer Elementary School. And remember, 25% of the event sales get donated to the cause, and that'll go right back to 4th grade's account, and all that money then gets spent back on the students for this year for all the stuff and end-of-the-year activities that they do with their students. So go out and support 4th grade Wednesday after conferences at Chipotle on Campus Parkway. On the Thursday, we're going to also at 10:45, we're going to have our earthquake drill. It is the Great California Shakeout, and so we'll be holding our earthquake drill on that day at 10:45. Now, cross country will not have practice this week. They continue to do amazing in each of their meets. They will wrap up with their final meet of the year, which will be Friday. This Friday, the location will be Golden Valley High School, and that meet is going to start at 3 o'clock, and we'll be releasing at the same time at the end of the day with all of our other students. So make sure our cross-country students to make sure to get out to the buses right after school to get over to Golden Valley for your last meet of the year and continue the great work that you've had all season. And a big thank you to Coach Zhang and Coach Stats, who have made this season possible for our students, and great job to all of our students. All right, and we do have our big flagpole this coming Friday. It is the annual staff costume contest where every year each grade level and department choose a theme, they add music, and they put on this costume contest for all of our prairie dogs to enjoy. So prairie dogs, we hope that you enjoy the staff costume contest this Friday, and you also participate with your Spirit Day and bringing and wearing your costume this Friday. Now, we do have some guidelines, parents and students. Again, this is for everybody's safety, and we have them posted there for you on what is approved and not approved with your school costumes. Again, this is to ensure that everyone is safe while they're at school. So make sure you're participating on Spirit Day this Friday with your costume. Sorry about that. Looked like we were having a little technical difficulties, but now we're right back on track. So we also, on Friday, will have our Principal's Progress Recess. Now, we'll be having this shortly after Flagpole, but please make sure do not send students and wait for the all call, which should be right around 8:30. Now, remember, for Principal's Progress Recess, this is an opportunity where each teacher gets to choose 2 students to recognize for their progress over the first trimester. Teachers have a lot of different reasons for the reason why students will be chosen. Some are for the improved effort, just improvements that they're seeing overall citizenship, behavior, and many others. And so we get that opportunity to celebrate. We'll have some milk and some cookies and celebrate with some extra recess time. And so that will be Friday, shortly after Flagpole. Again, make sure to please wait for the all call. And just some reminders as we do come up for our break that will be starting. This is our last week before break, and so we will return on Monday, November 3rd at 7:55. Now, parents, these are just some of the things that you can continue to do with your student while they're off so that they don't fall out of the routine and they continue to make progress so that when we come back on November 3rd, it's an easier transition for them. So make sure that we're reading every day, those 20 to 30 minutes, and make sure it could be a book, comic, anything that you enjoy. Just make sure that we're reading. A great tip is to make sure to turn on those subtitles on any videos you may be watching. Make sure to move your body, play outside, ride a bike, dance, or do a quick stretch. Make sure you're helping at home, students. Set the table, tidy up your space, or help cook a simple snack. Make sure to keep a simple routine. So make sure you're going to sleep on time, you're still getting up, getting dressed, and eating breakfast. Create something. Use your creativity. Draw, build, write a short story, or try a new craft. Be kind and connect. Play a game with family. Call a friend or do small acts of kindness. And all of that so we come back ready. So make sure to check your backpack and make sure to be ready to share something that was your favorite during the break to share. So just some reminders for our students and families as we go on this break to make sure that we're continuing to do these things to make sure that when we come back, we're ready to go. And prairie dogs, as always, let's not forget that it is very important that the way we treat each other. And so remember to pause and be kind. Remember, pausing and being kind is that plan that every day you come ready to be present at school, always kind, working hard. And we know if we do those things, prairie dogs, we're going to be successful. And there are those times where we're going to become upset and maybe someone does something to us or says something mean. But that's that opportunity for us to make the decision to choose the peace path. You have the opportunity to take 3 deep breaths and calm your body and your brain down so that then you can make the choice to talk it out, walk away, make a new friend, or get help. But remember, it's important that we always keep our hands, feet, and other objects to ourselves so that we all remain safe while we're at school. And coming up, when we get back, be ready for our 4th and 5th grade. This will be our C's Candy fundraiser. The fundraiser will start on the 3rd. It'll end on the 13th, and that candy will be delivered and available on the 17th before we go off for our winter break. And so that will be starting when we return. And this week is our bookmark contest, and so all bookmark entries will be due this Friday, October 17th. So students, the bookmark contest is back, and make sure that you're participating this week and get those entries in by Friday. And the announcement of our pause party will be the day we get back, Monday, November 3rd. Don't forget, students, that each of your classes needs 4 certificates in order to attend the pause celebration. Now, how do you earn your certificates? Remember, each day that your class has no referrals and great behavior, you earn a letter, unless it's one of those multiple letters days like we had on Friday. Once you finish spelling out pause and be kind, that's earning a certificate. You earn 4, your class is going to the pause celebration. Teachers, I will have some additional information that I'll share through email to see how close your class is to making it to that pause celebration. But again, that'll be Monday, November 3rd. And the pause celebration is going to be, you're going to have to find out when we get there on Monday, November 3rd, but you're going to want to be there. So make sure that you're working with your class to earn those letters, to earn those certificates. And that goes back to the quote that I shared on Friday, which was, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Make sure that you're working with your classmates and encouraging them to continue to have great behavior so that your class can earn those letters so that you're able to celebrate together as a class. So don't forget, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. Alrighty, Prairie Dogs, that's what we have for our announcements this week. Like I said, let's make sure we're working hard on this last week before we track off for our break. So we do have a lot of work to get done. Let's make great choices with that behavior and make sure to stay tuned for our birthday announcements that'll take us through November when we return. Prairie Dogs, remember, each one of you is great. Just allow yourselves to be. Have a great day and a great week, Prairie Dogs.